Hey, welcome back. Welcome. While Sarah Boone scrubs toilets for commissary back at her new townhome, I went over to the new mysterious channel to see what's what and how many. By now you've heard the calls and you hear Sarah complaining about being hazed. So we'll go over some behavior notes today just to get a behind the scenes look at how she was really behaving with the correctional staff. Then we're going to go and read the letter to see what happened between Sarah and her representatives. Sarah wrote a surprising letter. I can't wait to go over it with you guys. Shout out to my email crew, Cindy, Ben, and everyone. You all have been sending me these letters. They're all over Reddit. If you have been enjoying the new Sarah Boone prison calls, sources say the calls are going to pick back up on the channel very soon.
You don't understand. I've been typing and crying at the same time just because of how mean these girls still are to me. And it's
shout out to you guys down in the chat. Thank you so much for coming to pillage with me. On today's episode, we are covering a multitudinous amount of things. So grab your medical snacks and your hymnals. You know, she was kicked out of the faith-based program for being rude. Stephanie Officer DeJesus says the following behavior note is for informational purposes and stems from a telephone conversation had with inmate Boone's legal counsel, attorney James Owens, on 9/5/2024. On the evening of 9/5, I had a telephone conversation with attorney James Owens. The phone call was prompted by several requests to schedule an attorney visit in FDC's briefing room, overlapped with on-duty shifts immobilized. Phase 2 ID, head count, and conflicted with the oncoming shift's briefing. As the request called an end time of 1,800 hours. Sidebar, we know Sarah loves the briefing room, even though she knows the briefing room is often used by the facility for different things. As she's saying here, she wants the briefing room booked. Mr. Owens advised that he did not realize the interview times were overlapping with head count or briefing times. I informed Mr. Owens he could keep his pre-established interview time, but inmate Boone would need to return to her dorm by no later than 1650 hours and may not be returned until after the night shift's physical head count was cleared.
typing and crying at the same time just because of how mean these girls still are to me. And I just can't even begin to tell you. And it's just, I don't even get off my bunk unless it's to make a phone call to you or to go to the bathroom. And
during our conversation, I also inquired if any specific reason the briefing room was being requested versus the designated attorney interview rooms. When he said there wasn't, and his preference was just the spaces/size of the room, I explained to Mr. Owens the briefing room being an operationally necessary space serving many functions outside of shift briefings. I clarified needing to have the discussion prior to any interference with operations and hopefully avoiding any appearance of attempting to impede inmate Boone's access to him and or her trial preparations. I further informed him that we would do our best to accommodate his request of the briefing room, but to expect times where they may be asked to move into a designated attorney interview room. Sidebar, which is where they should be in the first place. But Sarah insists, request the briefing room. I don't care what they say. Request the briefing room. Mr. Owens acknowledged the information and stated he would have his office make future requests futuristically from 1900 to 1600 hours. So that's about from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I affirmed his proposed amended times as acceptable. I advised that though we appreciate the amendability, but reminded him that as an attorney, he is welcome to make his request for earlier than 900 hours. James seems like he's a late bird. But he may be subject to waiting until after the clearance day shift's head count. This ended the phone call between Attorney Owens and me. Yeah, you know Sarah with her, I know my rights. Like when she wanted her brother to help her get bail, put up his name publicly, put his job at risk. He's in the military, by the way. Shout out to the veterans. She wanted him to put his career at risk pretty much, and she didn't care because she said she knew she would be denied bail, but it was her right. She just wanted to go through the process. So as far as the briefing room, she knows that she can request it. Although she doesn't need it, she should be in an attorney-client briefing room. Negative earned. For informational purposes, inmate Boone, Sarah, was issued laptop with bag, which includes Discovery hard drive, 3 thumb drives, and 1 cord. And that was the next morning on 9/6/2024 at 8 a.m. Okay, the same day at 3:51 p.m., Erica Vasquez also says inmate Boone returned the laptop along with the bag, which included the Discovery hard drive, 3 thumb drives, and 1 cord. Okay, here's where it gets juicy. Negative officer contact. At 9:55 p.m. that night, Officer LaShawn Cameron says, inmate Boone, upon arriving to shift this evening, an email from Captain Giovanni was received at 1500 hours stating the following. Good afternoon. Inmate Boone is no longer pro se, as she currently has legal counsel, effective immediately. The laptop, charging cable, mouse, and carry bag, and everything as she will no longer have access to them. Thank you. Captain Gina M. DiGiovanni. So it's over. No more access, Sarah. In the briefing prior to the start of shift, the staff was informed of this directive from Captain DiGiovanni at approximately 2010 hours. Officer Ivy called me from Bravo dorm to inform me that inmate Boone was demanding the laptop and threatening contempt by the judge over her case for not providing her with the laptop. Officer Ivy informed inmate Boone of the directive from Captain DiGiovanni, and inmate Boone responded by stating, quote, she does not have the right or authority to override what comes from a court order. You guys will be in trouble. Know that. Officer Ivy informed inmate Boone of the directive from Captain Giovanni. I reached out to Adam Sergeant DeJesus, who informed me that the Honorable Judge Cranick was informed of the directive as well, being that, and there was no objection from the judge. Inmate Boone was informed that her passive-aggressive behavior towards staff would not be tolerated. Should her behavior continue or increase, she would receive disciplinary infractions. Negative earned.
It's just how cruel they are. And I sit on my bed and I'm working on this, and
I'm on my bed, stuck on my bed all day. Shout out to the third rail for the call. Before we go over the call, let's have a dramatic reading. Back to the letters. Sarah and her representatives, they seem to have been battling it out. Let's see, what do you guys think? I'm going to do my best to read this through with no commentary. You guys down in the chat, let me know, what do you think? Sent on September 18th, 2025. Sarah, this is my final message to you. We started this with the best intentions, to give you a voice and to make sure you weren't left without representation. From the beginning, we never believed your innocence, but We gave you the benefit of the doubt. That courtesy has run out. You are a murderer. You planned this. Yes, she did. You locked someone in a suitcase. Listen to him beg for his life and did nothing. Rest in peace, George. Then you tried to cover it up with a childish lie. You threw him down a flight of stairs. You beat him with a baseball bat and mocked him as he pleaded for his life. And this was all a plan. You wrote to George's brother that, quote, hide and seek you shall, well before this murder even took place. The emails, the story, the timeline, it all exposes you. The world isn't stupid, Sarah. You are. Know that. I threw that in there. If you need proof, just look at the simple fact that you could be out of jail that was Sarah's voice. Jail. You could be out of jail by now if you took responsibility, showed remorse, and took a plea deal. Reject. But the demon that is inside of you wouldn't allow that. You show no remorse, no apology, no regret. You are dangerous. You should never see freedom again. Your son is better off without you in his life. And if you cared about him, Sarah, you'd put him first instead of dragging him through the shadow of your crimes. I am ashamed I ever invested this much in you. I thought if I gave you trust, you might tell the truth. What are you trying to get me to admit? Because I'll never do that. I hoped there was a human being worth saving underneath the narcissism, but there isn't. You had moments where I thought I saw something good. What a pathetic waste of time that turned out to be. Sidebar, shout out to James Owens, who's still in hiding down in Milton right now because of Sarah. Here's the reality. You are a monster. The kind people fear is hiding under the bed. There is no redemption for you in this life without brutal honesty. Tell the truth. Explain what you did and why. Admit it to the world and to yourself. Without that, you will die exactly as you lived, selfish, manipulative, and empty. You say you have found God, but know this. So long as you live with that lie in your heart, you are only praying to the devil. I don't expect you to surprise me. Monsters don't change. But for your son's sake, for whatever shred of decency you once had, I hope you prove me wrong. P. Whew, so what are you guys thinking about that? I can't wait to see down in the chat how you're feeling about this letter, this exchange. No malicious content. Know that. We are boots on the ground. We've just read the letter from Sarah's representative to her. That was sent September 18th, 2025. Sidebar. We know that Brian and Little Man have officially been approved for visitation. Access to Lowell has been granted. If Brian does decide to take the long road to Lowell during his visit, he should stand near the closest exit after what she said she'll do to him on those calls. What did she say, you guys? Oh, if I see him in person, she's like threatening to assault him. In her response letter, it looks like she's threatening the documentary guys with legal action now that they've severed ties. Allegedly, this is all alleged. We're just pillaging. We don't know anything.
Know that.
I don't.
Know that.
We are just here to have fun, hang out, and enjoy each other's company. No malicious. Final message the next day, but written by Sarah on 9/19/2025. Thank God for this message, proving your retaliation, manic moves, and unprofessionalism. I've been stating to the appropriate authorities to make sure I am still my own best advocate. You wrote before I could correspond with you. Before you fired me, I quit. You wrote before I could correspond with you, as I wanted to be professional and polite in advising in my seriousness to disassociate myself from you and being advised by said appropriate authorities that both of you have been removed as my visitors. Also to ask, please, to cease and desist in anything and everything now and futuristic involving or regarding me for reasons known and recorded. I hope you can be professional in going our separate ways and understand all of my very legitimate reasons for this life-saving disassociation. Nicole can vouch also if needed. I will send a copy of your message and my response to your attorney so they are aware of our severed ties. I have their information from receiving the now voided agreement with you all, which I will include also. Oh, I love a new dramatic Sarah Reed. Know that. Thank you for your reply stamp to say how very sorry and saddened I am. You are obviously more miserable than I thought for you to say all that in your message to me. I'm glad I kept my reservations about you with failed businesses and incarceration yourselves. Let's ask this. Who's really in prison? Stop whining and try to be your best self, no matter where you are. I do, and smile with joy in my heart, blessed by God Himself with strength. Ooh. Strength to overcome unpleasant people such as you, just displayed with your unkind words. What comes out of your mouth comes from your heart. Remember that. Really, Sarah? Remember that so you don't get so upset from any of your other, quote, victims you're trying to manipulate in falling for your delirium and untrue experience, hoping they're not as smart as I am to see your now proven wolf eyes behind the sheep's mask. I will pray for them. Yes, I will pray for them too. Sidebar, I don't think you want someone like Sarah, who was kicked out of the faith-based program, to pray for you. I will pray for them too. I hope somewhere in someone you're sending all your lures out to bites and makes you big, redeeming yourselves and your failures and obvious dysfunctions. I'm just glad my prayers have been answered and I can permanently distance myself from you, your trouble and danger. If you play with dogs, you're going to catch fleas. Focus on God, not your failures. I am proud of myself to say I lived through George Torres, his family, the, quote, justice system, so much more. And now you. Again, I am my own best advocate and will never conform, staying true to who I am. I really hope everything works out for you all. I'm better without you. Or whoever you are. God's got me and my son. Oh, inmate Boone, she sure knows how to cut to the bone, doesn't she? Let's rewind. Okay, let's read that again. I hope somewhere in someone you're sending all your lures out to bites and makes you big, redeeming yourselves and your failures and obvious dysfunctions. I'm just glad my prayers have been answered and I can permanently distance myself from you, your trouble and danger. If you play with dogs, you're going to catch fleas. Sidebar, this reminds me of when she was on the body cam with the blue shirt and the v-neck and she kept saying, yes, God answered my prayers. He didn't think I would do it. He didn't think I would do it. Focus on God, not your failures. I am proud of myself to say that I lived through George Torres, his family, the, quote, justice system. Miss Boone, you're sentenced to life. So much, much more. She thinks she's still getting out, you guys. She didn't survive the justice system. She was sentenced and is serving her time. My very successful appeal is coming up.
Are you at home?
Well, I'm in my office. What's going on?
Oh, well, that's what I meant. Just I didn't know if you were in your car or not.
Yeah, I'm good.
So, like, super
So it's bleeped out there, but that's...
that she was helping me with in this, my statement. So I'm not going to be able to get it to you until tomorrow. So I just wanted to make sure you were
you can see on screen. Effed up. It's because of Nicole. Oops.
was okay, but I just wanted to give you a heads up.
Okay. I mean, I'm not able... tomorrow's Saturday, so...
Oh, I know. That's fine. Just, I got your message, and it said the 18th, which is today, right? It's okay if I sent it to you tomorrow, which is...
Yeah, you can...
Thank you. Totally effed me, dude. You don't understand. I know she's trying to be helpful, but I cannot describe it to you. Like, I've had to do an entire section, and I was like, look, if I have to call you to him because you're not going to be happy. It's like, look, if I have to call you so you can explain it to him because you're not going to be happy, because a complete section has to come out and be re-added. I had to redo a whole section.
This is Sarah discussing the whole closing arguments thing. Gives us a little glimpse into the confusion. Listen close. Sarah's explaining how one of her representatives messed it up. Now she's trying to send it to the New York connection, I'm guessing, to finish it off. And we know what happened from that point.
So the information that she had was wrong, so that has to come out.
Just send me the completed thing.
Sarah just cuts him right off. She doesn't want to hear what anyone has to say. Bish-ass Cashman.
It is, but, I mean, all you have to do is delete that section and then just re-add my section.
Okay. I don't want to fuck.
Don't do anything yet.
Okay. I'll let you why don't you just you knock it out, send it to me. We have...
Yes.
So let's just make sure it gets done right.
Thank you.
I don't know if you guys can hear, but there's an Amazon driver that just pulled up. He's blasting music. It's Friday. Whatever helps the shift go by. Shout out to everybody who's working right now. My third shifters, first shifters, everybody. Now, they're trying to make sure that the closing argument is correct. We still don't know what happened to the final 5th page. We don't know. Judge Jackson could have thrown it away herself. Judge Jackson, where are you? We are still docket watching. Sidebar. I know some of you are getting a little restless. We'll talk about that later.
You don't understand. Like, I've been typing and crying at the same time just because of, like, how mean these girls still are to me. And it's just, I just can't even begin to tell you. And it's just, you know, I don't even get off my bunk unless it's to make a phone call to you or to go to the bathroom. And I go right back to my bed. And it's just how just cruel they are. And I sit on my bed and I'm working on this and... You know, it's just never ending. My surgery still hurts, and it's just insane. Like, this is literal insanity. Like hellacious.
It's hellacious. Sidebar, I've added hellacious to the Boone vocabulary. I don't know about you all, but I am loving these calls. Sarah's going to go and the guy's going to be like, so Sarah, what did they do? What are the girls doing to you? She's going to tell us more. Listen.
How are they cruel to you, Sarah? What do they do?
Oh my gosh, they talk about me nonstop. They curse at me. This one girl, she swings from my bunk to get off of her bunk rather than going up and down the ladder. And I, who have a 7-inch incision from my surgery, go up and down this 7-rung ladder.
Man, can you guys imagine that? It's so hard for me to imagine someone not having empathy for someone in pain, like in a suitcase begging for their life. Can she imagine how someone else would feel?
Please, in all due respect, and in every possible good over and over again. And she goes, who the fuck are you? And you, like, your precious white girl shit. You don't want me to touch your bed and all this other stuff. And then I said, no, it's called personal space. I was asleep, kept calling me a dumb bitch over and over and over and over again.
Woohoo. Okay, I told you guys, Sarah's dancing with the real dogs, the BITCHs. They don't have any sympathy for her. They're meeting her with the same energy she met George with. She's begging for commissary, and listen to what they said.
Some type of commissary or something. And the one girl told me that I can go clean all the toilets with my toothbrush.
They're telling Sarah, like, go and clean the toilets with your toothbrush if you want some delicious delights. And keep it kosher, please. Please, Your Honor. Meanwhile, Brian's drenching himself in Uber Eats and getting his butt washed with a bidet. Ugh, I know she's just steaming. Ugh. Good for her, though. Now you see why I stayed married to him for so long. It's all crumbling down, Sarah. Now, this is Sarah's rendition of what's going on. Shout out to Tanika. Sarah's form of dry begging. You know, oh, pour me a drink. We see from the behavior notes, Sarah, she wasn't backing down from anyone, inmates or correctional officers, even the supervisors, the sergeants, the lieutenant. Now she wants we the people, well, he the people, because this was a private call between them, but she wants the people to believe she's just sitting on her bed with her legs crossed, reading her Bible and being picked on.
Just nasty people, and I was reading my Bible, and this group of girls that are next to me that are on the top bunk also, you know, I have to act like I'm ignoring them, talk about, oh, that she thinks she's high and mighty, and she reads her Bible, and then this, and then that, and then this, and this is why she's here, and all this other mess and everything, while she reads her Bible, and just, they don't stop. And then the one girl next to me who keeps calling me a dumb bitch because I asked her to not swing from my bed to get off of her bed, I said, it's just a disruption. The whole bed shakes. And I've had to rewrite things. I can't concentrate on this motion that I'm writing and everything. I'm a nonstop dumb bitch. And then, like, everybody turns around and looks. And there's 81 other girls that turn around and look. And they're like, and then they laugh and clap and fist bump and chest bump and all this other stuff when somebody's mean to me. So it's a group effort.
It's a group effort. Where's Christina? Was she with Christina at this time? Her bunkie, her bestie? Okay, now, we have seen in the behavior notes where there was a job Sarah wanted. I think it was cleaning. The officers almost had to pry them apart. Sarah almost chest bumped her over hand towels. She was upset that the hand towels weren't folded properly or something like that. I'll have to revisit. Make sure you guys check out the behavior notes episode so that you can see how Sarah was behaving behind bars. For the sake of the calls, we'll go with her narrative. Oh, it's a group effort. They're all attacking me. The organized crime, which is LOL inmates. Know that. This next little clip is about Sarah complaining about the deodorant. She still wants to use her bunkie's deodorant, and her bunkie is like, heck no, you've used it all, you're broke, and you can't replace it. But after that, we'll go into dun dun dun, Sarah talking about Brian and what she would do to him and about her son. If you just tuned in, Brian's visitation has been approved. However, Sarah has threatened to physically harm him when she sees him. It isn't funny, but do you remember in the interrogation when she chest bumped Scott? She stood up to him. Sit down, please, ma'am. Sit down. So is it too far out there that I believe she would try to do something to Brian? She has nothing to lose. She already has life without parole, unless she doesn't want to jeopardize her successful appeal. We'll cover some appellate issues in the next episode. We'll let the rest of the call play out, hopefully with no more commentary. I can't help it. I'm sorry. We will listen to the calls again, just with no commentary. I'll let it play through. We'll make another episode. For now, we had to pillage. Know that. There has been way too much blood on my keyboard.
He's running out of it, and I'm being claimed that I use it all. But everything else, like, my pre-trial is May 28th, 60 days from when I originally did all of it. So I have to wait 60 more days. Still hasn't put in the application, and it's killing me.
Sidebar, we got all puzzled out trying to figure out who filled out the visitation form. Nonetheless, at the end, Brian and Little Man were approved. Okay, hear me out. Shout out to Hear Me Out. Just speculating. If Sarah filled it out, would that be considered forgery? I mean, hey, she's throwing people under the bus left and right. Your Honor, I didn't fill that out. Could Brian say, hey, Your Honor, that's not the application that I submitted. Just trying to think of ways he could get out or maybe prolong it until little man is 18. What do you guys think?
He needs him to come see me.
Right, but I know that he's stopped following his modification.
Say anywhere, though, that I'm not allowed to see him. And phone calls and everything, there's nothing like that in there. It's just stupid alimony and just, like...
I thought that, didn't he say that he wants full custody and to end all your custody rights?
No, he did not say that. Actually, he's willing to co-parent with her even behind bars. He's entertaining her prison parenting plan. Sidebar, there's a little human in here playing with a retractable Hot Wheels car. He's entertaining her prison parenting plan. Even Judge Jackson said that she wasn't considering taking her parental rights. So that could be the narrative she's feeding the beast. Part of the whole poor me, dry begging type of thing, kind of thing.
Wants to see me really bad and just... I'm really going crazy. Like, I really am going crazy. Really going crazy.
Why does it say we only have 1 minute?
Because it's my stupid 5-minute free phone call that I didn't know about, and otherwise I would have given to somebody. So, just...
Can you call me back?
I have to wait 30 minutes.
Okay, well, give me a call back in 30 minutes. Sarah, I hate hearing you like this, but just remember, it's gonna pass.
Sidebar, this is malarkey. We've had the debate about Sarah shedding tears. I am willing to bet. I'm willing to bet my life she's not shedding a tear. I can see her just gesturing and saying, like, pouting. She's not crying. We're going to listen to that particular clip one more time. Sarah isn't crying. Listen, you guys. As a mom, as a human, I understand. Yes, she has pain, I'm sure, for her son. Nonetheless, she would have taken the deal if she was considering her son. We won't even go there. But with the whole, I don't have money and I need deodorant, with the whole, her financial problems backing up, she's getting in the red and she can't get in contact with Brian. I think that's where the faux tears come from. She would make a faux black eye if she could right now and say that Brian gave it to her. I'm sure the inmates don't care about the faux tears, or real tears for that matter. They should tell her, wriggle around some. Now let's listen to that portion of the call one more time.
Wants to see me really bad and just... I'm really going crazy. Like, I really am going crazy. Really going crazy.
Why does it say we only have 1 minute?
Because it's my stupid 5-minute free phone call that I didn't know about, and otherwise I would have given to somebody. So, just...
Can you call me back?
I have to wait 30 minutes.
Okay, well, give me a call back in 30 minutes. Sarah, I hate hearing you like this, but just remember, it's gonna pass.
I walk around crying all the time.
I can't.
I'm going out of my mind. I'll call you back at 30. Don't let it hang up on us, okay?
Okay, you got it. Bye-bye.
Okay, now if you made it this far, you know I appreciate you. I will see you on the next episode. We are going to let the rest of the episode ride out with Sarah being transferred to the annex. ANNEX.
I have been transferred to the annex. ANNEX. My bunk number is... And if I can tell you this, because I feel that I can, I think you very much try to understand where I'm coming from. So, like, this whole thing with and not paying me alimony, and I want you to know, like, it's like I'm in this fabulous dorm and everything, but I just have nothing in my drawer but rust and the old newspapers that the previous girl left. And if be paying me something, or at least, just something, I would have something in my drawer, and it's just, like, out of $61,000, I'm supposed to settle for what he's trying to throw at me or nothing? Yeah. And, dysfunctional, and just...
Have you thought about sending him a letter, and him and his attorney, and saying, hey...
I'm not doing that. I'm not surrendering ever.
And you could walk away with nothing.
What do I have now? Hey.
How does that...
Why do you think I stayed married to him for so long?
And now if you made it this far, I am boots on the ground working behind the scenes. This episode should have been posted yesterday, so you may get another episode futuristically today. There was a little one who got sick from all the rain here, and I got a little sick from the little one. So yesterday I was down. I was nursing my stomach, my scar. It was hellacious. It was hellacious yesterday. But today is a better day, and I'm back to be a better person. See you next episode. Bye.